Welcome back to the show, everyone. Always a pleasure to see our next guest. We're talking about real estate and what's going on in Vancouver, especially during the holiday season. I'm guessing it's
Weird
probably
time to buy or sell? Well, we're going to find out with Condo Leo. How are you?
Hi, Leo.
Excellent.
And I won't call you Condo this time.
Hello, Condo. What is it like this time of year? I mean, as we're getting ready, not even obviously the week of Christmas and New Year's and everything, it's going to be slow as anything. But December and stuff, does it slow down?
They say traditionally that, December, November are slower times for real estate. So I tried to pull some stats, and they've said even this year is like a slow time. It was like a
Well, I
slower
would think
market.
that most people wouldn't want to move at Christmas. So if you start showing your place in October, November, you're kind of putting yourself in that position. I would imagine people would kind of want to stay put.
Yeah, I've seen some closing dates to December 15th, and you're not going to get past the 20th, but 15th is kind of like the cutoff date, and that's what most people are doing. But so last year, this time was said to be a busy time in real estate. This year is said to be slower. So I pulled some stats last year from November 1st, 2010 to December 8th, which is today. There was 182 condo sales in Vancouver, which is the West End, Yaletown, and Cole Harbour. I pulled the stats for the exact same dates this year, so from November 1st to now, and there's 186 sales.
Oh, so almost the same.
It's the same, and they're saying it's a slower market, which is just kind of a myth sometimes. You really need to figure out what's actually going on.
How much of that myth impacts, like, that psychology and that aspect of it affects pricing and sales and how fast everything moves? Does it have an effect when people have this perception of a market?
It does in a sense, because some buyers just might be holding off, and maybe people just hold off to get their unit on the market. And it's like, and again, traditionally people are like, don't do it, but it's like, don't just do it just because.
Right.
See what's actually going on right now. Like if your building is selling in November and you want to sell, get it on the market, because you might be able to capitalize on this price.
There is such a thing as overthinking. I mean, especially in your business with clients.
Yes.
I mean, your job is to not overthink it, but for a lot of clients, you really get inside your head, and it becomes this.
Our job is to simplify the process.
Right, because no one can guess when it comes to Vancouver real estate and be right. What are your tips for selling during the holidays to people that are selling their condos?
One of the most important ones is everyone understands, like, you're probably going to have family over, you're going to have friends visiting. So one of the things is, if you're going to put it on the market, just make it available to show.
Yeah.
And it's just with
Be
anything.
aware of what you're going to have to do.
And it's one of those things where you don't want a buyer not able to see your place who's ready to pull the trigger. Next thing you know, they go and buy a different building because they couldn't see yours. And
right, because grandma and grandpa were camped out on the couch.
Exactly. So try to make it available to show, and if you just can't, well then maybe hold off until January to get it on the market.
If you're all right and you're fine with having it open to show and stuff, should you hold off on like decorations and trees and?
Some decorations are fine. If you're doing the life-size nativity scene,
right?
maybe cut that out. If you're, and I always say, don't do overly aggressive religious things either, because it's just,
whether it's Hanukkah or whether it's Christmas.
You don't want to get too personal with what you have in the house, but it is Christmas, it is the holidays. You put, this is what we do.
Or too big so that you're not really showing off your place, I would guess.
You don't want a tree that takes up half your living room where people can be like, this is a bit tight in here. So.
Now let's talk about our feature building today, the Jameson building. All I keep on hearing about this building is about its parkade.
Yes. So very rare parkade. It has, it's actually like a car elevator. Due to the space, they couldn't have a regular parking arrangement. So what it actually does is you swipe your card, you come on in, the elevator starts to come get your car. By the time you're there, it should be ready. You pull it in forward.
Yeah.
It takes it away.
I love that it's a Ferrari.
I know, I was going to say.
Everyone's got a Ferrari.
That's the car you get?
So then there goes your Ferrari.
Whoa.
Car gets put on the shelf.
It parks itself.
Yeah.
So what happens when you want your car?
When you want your car, you go upstairs, you come back. As you get out of the elevator, you swipe your card again, and it should be there by the time you walk and actually get your car.
That's
and the
really
nice thing is it always comes out forward, even if you pull it in forward, so you never have to back out anywhere.
Weird.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I like that just for the nerdiness.
And this building is located where?
It's just up the street, actually. It's on West Hastings and Howe. So just kind of right near there. It's a very space age building. If you saw the outside of it, it looks like something from the future.
And the starting price points that you're telling us are not as high as I would have expected.
There's a one bedroom there, and that's starting at about $550,000. It goes all the way up to $5 million for one of the penthouses.
Oh yeah, I'll take two.
It's literally like marble floors, Italian kitchens. It's literally, I call it George Jetson's house.
You said the finishing in the Jameson is beautiful. They did a really nice job.
One of the favorite things about the building for me is you walk into the lobby and you don't see elevators, and you walk up to this wall and it just slides open for you like the Batcave. So I was like, oh,
Star Trek.
Cool.
It's literally like George Jetson's.
It is time for our favorite part of your segments, which are bad MLS photos.
Yes.
What
These
are we
are-
looking at today?
These are photos straight from MLS.
Straight from
You
MLS,
found
on the
these?
market. These are all on the market now, not sold on the market. These
Okay,
ones.
Well, not
let's
sold,
bring
well-
out number one, and let's talk about what is wrong with this picture. Well, there's a lot of things wrong.
Just, hey there.
There's hey there, hi there. So, wow.
This is
Is
the
it-
classic shot. I mean, someone's in
So
they can't
someone's
figure out the
in
angles.
it. Yeah.
Is that a
and-
person?
It's a
Well, and
person.
because of the angle of the shot too, I mean, it is a small bathroom, but the
Yeah.
door cuts off half the bathroom.
I don't
It-
want to see people's
You just don't wanna see
magazines by
people.
the toilets.
If you can't get that shot, just don't show that picture. Or there are like, and believe me, I've taken a lot of pictures in those tight bathrooms, and there are ways to get the right angle. You just gotta kind of be
Without
creative.
being creepy peekaboo.
Exactly. No one wants to see the person
Yeah.
peering into the bathroom.
Peekaboo.
Right?
Let's go to what?
Okay.
What is this?
Is this on MLS?
Why?
In their defense, they are trying to highlight it's a dog-friendly building. But this was the first picture that comes up. So when you pull up the listing, you see a dog on a blue screen, and you're going, what?
What the hell?
So wait a second. Instead of the space or like the living room or the entryway, the first picture that comes up is the dog.
And it's like a professional photo of a dog on a blue screen. It's not
That's
even,
so weird.
And then
you know
it is
what,
a,
Leo? I mean, as someone who's not buying that place, I
That's
find that
awesome.
kinda cool.
Yeah.
if it wasn't the first picture, I wouldn't have been so harsh on it. But you could have put the home first, then had the dog. But you
Right.
only get 10 pictures
Yeah.
to showcase the home. I don't think that's good.
That's
you're
not gonna
kinda
make me
blowing
buy
the other
it.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
I love that.
Oh my God, what is wrong with people?
This was their application for hoarders, I believe.
Oh my Lord.
Wow,
That's just
consume. Look at the books.
garbage.
They've
You can
got-
just barely see them out of frame on the right-hand side.
Wow.
The
There's
napkins.
a stack of books that goes up to the ceiling.
And if
almost.
you see the cupboard, it's got
Is it-
stuff spewing out of it.
And
like
it's
it can't even
tied
hold.
shut.
It's something that's, I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't want to have anything to do with being in that apartment.
And again, I've had places that had cluttered counters, and I've moved stuff and tried to put it back where I found it for the picture because that's just, I mean, that's not gonna, it's just.
it just shows that obviously for them, it's not. I mean, they're
They don't
total
care.
backrats,
Okay,
but
let's
there's
go to
just
the
not
next
enough
one.
space. Okay,
I think is this our last one?
No, this is the second one. This one I kind of like.
this is arty.
So yeah, you've got, the building's called Picasso, and so you've got a picture of the Picasso aiming to the building Picasso.
I have
So
no
it's-
problem with this.
This is actually a kind of a cool one because it'll make you remember it in a good way.
Yeah.
So I kind
Because
of,
it's
this
not
one,
the greatest building, but you might see
Yeah.
the
I
statue.
like what they actually did with that.
Okay,
So.
let's go to the
All right,
last
that's
one.
good one. And the last one.
Oh my God, that is the cutest picture I've ever seen. But why?
I don't know.
Does
and
the child come with the condo?
I hope not. I don't have a kid, but I don't think babies are supposed to go in glass bowls either. So for me,
Not up on a shelf, as you can see on that one, because wow, if that bowl goes over.
even the dog in the background's kind of thinking,
Oh, I didn't
what
even
you
see
doing
that.
up there? Why are you doing that?
Oh yeah, the dog in the background. That's funny. I love people's decisions. So listen to some of our advice. Keep the MLS pictures of the actual place that you're attempting to sell, unless it involves Picasso in the foreground.
Thank
Other
you
than
so
that,
much, Leo.
Thanks,
of course,
Leo.
you
Always
can
a
go
pleasure,
to
man.
condoleo.ca to
Yes.
find out
Hey,
more
what are
information.
those?
I came bearing gifts today for the Urban Rush crew.
Oh, get out.
Apparently, you guys like alcohol, so I've
Oh
done
my God.
alcohol and chocolate.
Hey.
We're gonna take a break.
And jelly beans. Thanks.
The best kind of alcohol, rum and eggnog in there too.
We're going to give her, because coincidentally, up next.